Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus new moon for the month of March tarot oracle reading. And Cancer, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Cancer, we still all have a little bit of that sign in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is it in? That's where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is also a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, and it's been a while since I posted it, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. We're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we have the Hangman. So the Hangman is hanging from the tree of knowledge because he's not sure of the next step to take. So he's going inward and meditating, but he's hanging upside down because he wants to gain a different perspective on a situation that he can't see clearly. And so when his aura lights up and it becomes bright, that represents he has the information that he needs now to be able to move forward. And that when he does have that information, that's when he takes action. And so this is the internal forces. The internal forces are the what ifs. And so the underlying energy is this, these three women are celebrating, and they're toasting, but they're not really looking at each other. So they're not toasting each other. They're toasting something that's happened, basically an event or something, or something that has gone that they feel has gone in their favor. But it's not each other because they're not looking at each other. And so this card can sometimes represent gossip and slander and kind of shifty energy. What are they really celebrating here? Sometimes it works out that it could be a celebration, but just not in my readings as of yet. And so what I don't like about this card is, like, the cups are about love. And, it's kind of like, it can be love, romantic love. It can be love of something you love to do or something you love to be, or, something you love, where you love to be, I guess, basically as well. But the thing is, in many cultures, if you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, it's they'll have a suspicion that when you don't look someone in the eye and you toast them, you cause 7 years bad luck in the love life for them. And so people will freak out. Look me in the eye if you're toasting me. And it's kind of this kind of energy, like, it doesn't make sense. It's kind of counterproductive. But we'll see. Maybe this reading, this will be actually they have good intentions. So the energy is for the internal forces on the bottom part here of the spread. The internal forces are your what you have control over. Basically, it's coming from inside of you. And you can tell, because the question you'll be asking is, what if they do this and I do that? Or what if I do this, what will they do? That kind of energy. And it can get you kind of caught up in a loop where you never really get the answers. So you could be playing the what if game a long time. And the what ifs can stop you from really being able to reach your potential. We have been left out in the cold energy here. So this card is representing tactics that the Five of Pentacles represents that you don't have the lifestyle, of course, that you want to have, and you barely have what you need kind of energy. It's on the bottom half for sure. There's 10 pentacles and pentacles in the tarot represent your health, your wealth, and your happiness, how you survive, what your lifestyle is like in the 3D. And so these people have been left out in the cold. This one is a cripple, and he has on crutches. And so this is it's talking about his ability to be able to, he's wearing a bell around his neck. And in the old days, they didn't have apps. So they would hang a bell when they thought you had the plague, and they would hang that on your neck so that when you came into town, everybody could hear you coming, which would cripple your chances of being able to have a job or get groceries or have any interaction with other human beings, basically. I mean, if everybody's going to come running when you come into town, you're not going to get very far. So it's about tactics being used to put this person in this position where he doesn't really stand a chance. And so he's on crutches. and he's hobbling along, and he's with this person who doesn't even have shoes on their feet, and it's snowing. Now, there is a church here, so they could go inside and get respite. So, they might do that. The snow is actually representing flakes, basically. Anyone can handle a flake or two, but if you have a bunch of flakes piling up, it can represent tactics coming in from other people to put people in this position. And those flakes in my oracle that I've been working on are the dirty D's, basically. They're tactics that people use that were identified by Edward Snowden. And he was working for the government. He was contracted out and found that they were using personal information in a way that they weren't supposed to be. And companies and businesses and that through the technology, basically. And so he's been living in Russia ever since, basically. But some people consider him a hero and some people consider him a traitor. I don't know which one it is, but I do know that the tactics that he identified are tactics that we use on ourselves. And, a lot of people will blame the government. Oh, it's the government did this and the government did that. But we really are the government. We employ the government. So if we employ tactics against ourselves and others, then we will allow our government, we will employ people in the government, vote for them by, that use those tactics. And so these tactics are common to everybody. You'll see them in everyday life being played out right before your eyes. And so it's something about we have to understand that when we're using tactics, and a lot of us may have been raised in a family where tactics were normal, right? And so this is talking about, if a bunch of people get together and they do that like snowflakes, if there's, you can handle a flake or two, but when a whole bunch of people get together, it can be a lot of snow. And when you get that kind of snowfall, it can make it so that your house, whoops, my cat is here, sorry, she just bounced the cat. Did you wake up and I was doing a reading without you? I'm sorry. Yeah, it's okay. You can come sit on my lap. She likes to sit on my lap when I'm doing readings, and she purrs. Her job is to raise the vibration to a high level. A cat's purr has a lot of healing qualities to it. So behind the scenes, she often is working very hard on that purr. She gets upset when she finds out that I'm doing a reading without her. Are you insulted? It's okay. You be a good girl now. She's already got happy feet, so we're in good pause here. She just loves the energy of the readings. So this is talking about, if you have enough snow and it piles up, it can actually collapse your roof. So this is, a card of really being isolated from society purposely. And then this is talking about King of Cups energy. So the King of Cups is talking about having unconditional love and wanting to offer a cup of love to someone. He's the most emotionally available of all the kings because he's learned how to contain his emotions. He's sitting out in the middle of this water, and really chaotic water like this in the tarot represents volatile emotions, and he's sitting in the eye of the storm. There could be a lot of chaos around him, and he's waiting for the perfect opportunity to hand this cup of love to someone that he really admires, but he's waiting for the right time. He's very emotionally intelligent and understands people very well, and so he knows sometimes you have to wait for the timing to be right to put in an offer. Okay, and we have this energy here of temptation. So the devil represents, is an archetype for temptation, basically. There's two lovers here, and they're yoked to each other, and then they are also chained to Saturn's box. The energy of the devil is between them. Thank you, Stella. She's going in circles because she's got happy feet. Oh, Lordy, she's purring really. You probably can't hear her purring because I'm wearing a noise-canceling mic. But you know how if you have a cat, when they get happy feet, they get in the zone It's kind of I was actually reading about it. When cats get into that zone, it's like they go back. It's actually saying that they're like in a form. It's like an ecstasy for them, and they're so happy, and they're like, this is like when they're showing you that, oh, I just feel like I'm so safe with you, that kind of energy. And she just loves the energy of the readings. So sometimes she leaves when the devil comes out, we'll see. So the energy of the devil really is temptation. But, you know, he's coming in between this couple. He's hunched over there, because it's representing his animal instincts. So this is more less than love. And the devil, he can't do his own dirty work. You know, devil spelled backwards is lived. And so he's not really alive. And he can't do his own dirty work. So he has to send in a minion. And at one time he lived, but he doesn't live anymore. And this energy is talking about giving into the temptation. A lot of us are tempted every day, but giving into it is another thing. So when he shows up, you're not going to get the truth. He always has to send a minion in, as I said. So I always put the next card up to see, like, what minion does he send in? What's it about? What is it he wants? And also, like, does God cover it? And so we have justice coming in. So whatever has been happening, and I feel it has definitely to do with this energy right here and this energy right here, that there's going to be justice coming in. So God is covering this energy. We'll see what this is about as we go through the reading here, Cancer. This may be an issue that you have right now, that you feel isolated. It doesn't necessarily mean you're homeless. This is an exaggerated version of it. This is talking about someone who feels isolated from their family, from their friends or whatever. You feel like maybe like you're a little bit of the black sheep of the family kind of energy. So justice is coming in for what these people are doing. To put, like, there's been tactics to make you feel this way. You'll see that a lot of time with bullying at school. Cancer energy is the adolescent age, and you think about young girls who are, you know, in about grade 4. That's a real tough age for a lot of girls, because the hormones are changing your physical body, and it's like kind of having to get used to that. And a lot of girls are starting their cycle around then, and they're not used to the hormones, and so their emotions are very volatile up and down. So the Cancer energy can be like representing, it's the most emotional of all the signs, you know. It can be very up and down and very volatile. Cancer feels everything, and which makes them highly, highly intuitive. So there's an advantage to it, because you can't use you can't think your way to intuition, to use your intuition. You have to feel your intuition. So the justice is coming in for whatever's going on, and this character has her sword up and ready to use. She's ready to wield it at a moment's notice. You notice her right foot is peeking out of underneath this robe, and this is about the energy of her getting ready to move forward. We have the Wheel of Fortune turning. So the Wheel of Fortune is representing that the situation is coming to an end. Yay! I'm really happy to see this card for you. So this is saying that, you know, the Wheel of Fortune means that things, the past, the present, and the future are coming together in synchronicity. There's actually 3 wheels on here. And on one of those wheels, we actually have the Hebrew letters representing the name of God. And the name of God, when you put it like in English, is tetragrammaton. And a tetragrammaton is also a sacred geometric symbol. And so this energy is talking about moving forward in a really strong way. Your fortune is turning. And this is God's plan, because the name of God is on this wheel. And it's talking about also how to manifest, like how God manifests, like how God made the world to manifest. And so when geometria, which is like a type of math, basically, where they assign each letter with a number, when the letters of God are put into different combinations, every ratio that comes out from that energy with the numbers is very close to the phi ratio, and the phi ratio is 1.618. And this is how this energy also represents the golden spiral or the golden ratio, if you've heard of that. And this is like a nesting process where each number is a ratio of the one next to it. And it's like boxes that are put in a neat order, and they're in a spiral kind of energy. And this represents, like, for instance, your face, the distance between your, like, the forehead and your eyes, and then from your eyes down to the, to the bottom of your nose, and then from your nose down to your chin. Those are similar in every human being. They're slightly different, but, the ratio is not exact, but it's very close. And same with the parts of your body, like your head, the size of your head compared to your upper body, and then your lower body. And then another example would be your upper arm to your lower arm to your hand to your fingers, your upper leg to your lower leg to your foot to your toes. It's that kind of, it's a ratio that is over and over. You see it over and over again throughout nature. And you see it in tornadoes, you see it in hurricanes, you see it in animals as well, the proportions of their body. You see it in flowers, in fruits, in vegetables. You see it even in the way the branches grow on a tree. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can walk around and just be in awe of how perfectly everything is really formed. And this is following that formula. And so basically what this is saying is God is actually a very orderly God. Like, this is like putting things in order. A lot of people feel like, oh, the world is going so chaotic, and it's just everything's flying out of spiraling out of control. But actually, it's a very orderly system. And maybe at times when the world is expanding, on the outer edges in particular, it can get really messy, but it all contracts again and comes back in, and everything's put in perfect order before the expansion happens again. So this is it's like a spiral. And so this is talking about that perfect order coming into your life right now, that God is making sure that you get back on your path, and you are able to stay on your path, so you can be the person that He meant you to be part of His plan on earth. And so this is a really, yay. See, so now this is talking about this cycle is now ended, the wheel is turning, and you are now able to move forward. So you can take everything you learned from this situation and apply it now, and you're going to be way smarter than you used to be. So if you learn from the past, then you can move forward. And right now we're in a retrograde season, which means that Mercury, which is the planet of communication, is moving backwards right now when you look at it from the perspective of Earth. And so when Mercury is in retrograde, and it lasts, like, it started on the 26th of February and it's till about March 20th, that energy is really disruptive to communication between people, and just also through technology. A lot of times that's when, like, appliances will break down, and just shift like that's happening, and a lot of miscommunication. So it's really a really good time to look back on the past, reflect on what you could do differently and what works. So you double up on what works and you release what doesn't. It's a great time to get really organized. We had the Virgo moon. It was a full moon on the 3rd of March. And that moon, we had 2 eclipses. I have done a reading for everybody about the eclipses, the 2 eclipses, because they're very significant. The eclipses cause a lot of change, but it's over like a 6-month period, basically. And it'll cause significant change in your life, because what the eclipse season does is it gets us to focus on a particular area that's the weakest in our life. And it's the weakest area in our life at that time. And we hyper focus on that, which is really good, because then we usually are able to understand what's going on if we take the time to look back at it and improve our, release what's not working and double up on what is working. But the problem is that when you're hyper focused on one area of your life like that, it tends to You don't see the big picture as well. So this energy right now in retrograde, a lot of times the past will come in, like even people from your past that you haven't seen, that want to be back in your life all of a sudden, and it's because there's unfinished business. So you have to be really careful about, people that you bring back in, like in from your past. If they've left you in this kind of energy, you don't want to bring that energy back in when God is cycling you out of it. A lot of times, like if we're hanging on to people from our past that have caused us to be in this energy, what will happen is, how can God provide this justice? Justice is redemption from karma. And so if you're still hanging out with people, then when they get karma, you're going to get hit with it too, because you're still hanging out with them. So that's kind of like why this is a really good time in this retrograde season to really reflect on what's working and what's not, basically. And then be able to move forward when the retrograde is over, being able to move forward in that energy. And so the full moon on the 3rd of March was in Virgo, and Virgo energy is very much get things in order. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Make sure that your physical environment supports your ability to be able to work and have like your mind like not all cluttered by a bunch of clutter around you. So just cleaning up the clutter in your home can have a huge effect on your peace of mind. And so this is talking, get ready now, because something good is really coming. Your fortune is changing. Get your ducks in a row, be ready, so that you have your paperwork done. It's income tax season, get that done, and be ready, like, because there's going to be opportunities coming up. Virgo, this is the perfect time to do it. And especially after the eclipse, having the knowledge from that and then having the support of the moon, and you are ruled by the moon. So the Cancer energy is ruled by the moon. So the moon has a big effect on you. It makes you very, very intuitive. And so that, that emotional, if you learn to discipline that emotion, then you are able, the emotion represents your ability to feel. And you have to use your feeling from your heart to be able to get into your intuition. You can't think your way into intuition. So this energy is I really am happy to see this energy here. Everything you've learned from this experience is going to put you in a much better position going into this next cycle. And so let's see what we have. Oh, so this has the potential for you to have all the love that you ever wished for. And look, we have this King of Cups sitting here waiting for this emotion to calm down so that he can deliver a cup of love. So this could be you, or it could be someone that wants to deliver a cup of love to you. And so this would be something that you always wish for. There's only 10 cups of love in the tarot. And so the cups can represent romantic love. They can also represent love of something that you love to do or be. And so this energy here is going to be a thing of the past. You have to make sure you let go of these people that are celebrating you being in this position. Why are they celebrating? We haven't quite figured it out. Why, what's going on here? But you have done a lot of inner work, it looks like, and that's why the wheel is turning for you, and you're being supported in this way to start a new cycle. You're highly favored. This is could be like everything you wish for, almost. Like there's 9 cups here out of 10. 10's the most you can have in tarot. And so this person is sitting on the stage, and it's saying, hey, this is what I wish for, and being you could be some sort of a public figure. And, the energy here, like the body language is, this person is leaking energy, getting a little bit distracted. But the upper body is in the shape of, he's got his arms in the shape of an infinity symbol. It's almost like a genie energy. These cups, are they in the past on a shelf behind him on the stage? Or are they right above his head, like in the now? Or are they forward and he's, like this is happening in the future? If it is, it's all in the near future. And remember, the past, present, and the future are really all happening at the same time. Time is an illusion. It's important in the 3D world. We have time and calendars and clocks, but in the universe doesn't have that. So this is all of the past, present, and future spinning in together. to support this person. And this is talking, though, that you don't have it yet. If you're wishing for something, it means you don't have it. So it means you have to put some energy into it to have it. And so it's saying also, you know, don't lose your focus here. And because many a race is lost in the last lap. So this is really, I'm really happy to see this energy coming in for you. So now this is the what ifs, and we're going to internal forces, and we're going to talk now about the external forces. The external forces are burdensome for you. So this is this energy here that's being put you, has put you in this energy. And look at, these people are actually celebrating that you're in this energy. So we want to know, we don't really need to know why, but I feel like it would be beneficial, and usually follow the money. It has something to do with money. We don't have pentacles in here yet. It could be about love. It could be about a lot of things. Let's see. We'll wait and we'll look at it. They might want your lifestyle, because you're highly, you're highly favored to have all this love in your life, and have a life that you love to live. This 10 of Cups, though, or 10 of Wands, is representing carrying a lot of burdens. Some of these, it's both. Sometimes, this card can represent your harvest. So basically, it is your harvest of the actions that you've taken and the seeds you've planted that have grown. And so some of these are a harvest that are laden with the fruit of your labors, and you're trying to get it home to you're almost there, you're so close. And it's really common for people when they're almost there to give up. Don't give up now. You're almost there. And this energy, he can't see how close he is to home because he's got his, he's so focused on this. So this sometimes is, if you've heard the saying, can't see the forest due to the trees, it's because you get so caught up in the detail that you don't notice the big picture. And that's this eclipse energy can really put you in that position. So that's why during this retrograde period, it's a really good idea to learn from the past and wait to do the new until you have. This energy is talking about quite often what we're, part of the problem here is that we've been carrying burdens for other people, and we need to put them down. So that's what this is saying. Sometimes having a friend can be a real burden because they're actually a frenemy. So you have to put that away. You have to drop it. Just leave it in the field here. Let them pick it up, and then they'll receive the karma for that. So this energy is about going through this and getting your harvest home. And if you're right here and you're okay, this is exhausting. I'm tired, and you're carrying 4 of these wands or the burdens of other people. Just put them down in the field. Let them come and pick them up. And carry on, and your load is already lighter, and then you can sort through the rest to see what the harvest, what the fruits of your labor have actually brought in. And so this energy is an external force, and so this is the underlying energy of what how this is affecting you. So this is how you perceive yourself at this time. This is your abundance and how you see how abundant you are. And I feel like you recognize you're isolated right now. Sometimes this could be self-isolation, that you just hung in there and now you enjoy being in this meditative state so much that you don't want to come down from the tree of knowledge. But it's time. It's saying if you've been isolating, it's time to come out of isolation and put what you've learned into action. And that you deserve love. And then this is talking about communication from your early life. So you were taught the difference between right and wrong. You know the difference between right and wrong. And so this is because you have stayed, done your best to do right, even when other people are wronging you. This is your reward from the divine and from the universe for staying on your destined path. And then the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. And so this is about your emotional foundation. And I feel like this is a happy-go-lucky, of course it's going to work out for me kind of energy. And that's, I think, your true nature. This isn't your true nature here. And this is talking about on a whole new, let's go for the new. And the whole universe is supporting, the whole entire energy of the universe is about embracing the new. Right now at this time, we have so many planets that are moving into the Aries, into the energy of Aries. We have Neptune that was in Pisces for 14 years, moved into the energy of, is now in Aries. Saturn, which actually rules over the devil, that energy is in Saturn, in the sign of Aries. We just had Venus on the March the 6th move into the sign of Aries. And on the 23rd, like the retrograde ends on the 20th, and Mercury and your North Node. So your North Node is basically when you follow your North Star to be on your path. I think, is it on the 11th? I took notes here. Hold on. On March the 23rd, sorry. On March the 23rd, like just after the retrograde, the North Node is with Mercury communication in Aries for a short time there. And so that's a perfect time. I'm not sure how long that lasts. It's not for a long time. And it can bring a lot of clarity. It's like a real crystal clear, like anything you missed about the truth coming out, that you can really get the last of the big picture. And so this is really talking about you on a totally new cycle. This cycle is over. The Wheel of Fortune is turning, but you have to stay in the game. This is talking about your daily habits and how, your health and how are your routines. Make sure that you continue to stay focused on where you want to go here, and drop any burdens right now, like that don't belong to you, especially if they belong to these people, because these people are happy that you're in this position. So, they're like, put it down. And then when you do that, then that's when God sends in this new lover, and it's right after this happens. So this is talking about this abundance of love coming in. If you put down the burdens from the past and the people from the past that would actually be happy that you're like this, and maybe have been part of the tactics used on you to get you here. That's what they're celebrating here. And so this is talking about the position of your commitment, partnerships, and marriage. And so this lover that God is sending in to you, that the universe is sending, this cup of love that wants to come in, is a lover that you can be very passionate about. And look, at the sun is shining down on this. This is, the clouds in between them is saying that you probably, you haven't been in a relationship with this person before. This isn't someone from your past. This is maybe someone you've met in the past, but you don't know them that well. That's what those clouds represent. So, woohoo! Way to be, Cancer. Good work. And then we have the Knight of Swords coming in. So you see, the Knight of Swords, the knights would deliver messages for the king and queen and the rest of the court. In the old days, that was the only way that they had long distance communication. And so this is talking about your position of transition. This information comes in. Now look at this person. We had the year of the horse on January 17th. It was the Chinese New Year. And on that same day, we had a new moon in Aquarius, and we had the first eclipse of these two eclipses. And that eclipse was about looking after yourself versus the needs of others, basically. And this is talking about communication coming in, and it's regarding the sword energy. So this is about thoughts, your mental intelligence, and your ability to discipline your mind. But you notice this knight only has half the information, and so you can only see half his sword, and we can't really see the point. And you notice how even the clouds are jagged, so it's like really like stressed out energy. And the year of the horse energy that we moved into on the 17th with the Chinese New Year, this energy is the year of the fiery horse. This is exactly an example of how you do not want to be in the year of the horse. Like, that's until February 6th or 7th of next year. In 2027. This is someone rushing in without all the information. They have a red flag on the back of their helmet here. This is talking about they don't really know the full story, but they're rushing in to deliver the information anyways. The horse is totally stressed out. You don't, you know, this is about driving yourself too hard. This is the year of the fiery horse is like free-spirited, and it's really good for a driving force for really getting into your emotions and being able to move forward and setting high achievement goals. And in matters of love, it's talking about, you know, being all heart and being very passionate. But the danger is setting your goals so high and not giving yourself enough time to achieve them, that you burn yourself out trying to get there. Like, not being really careful here, because you don't want to burn yourself out. You want to stay focused and take consistent steps of actions towards your goal. And this is also saying avoid impulsive behavior, like being, you know, like letting your emotions run and then tweeting all over the place. And then you wake up in the morning the next day and go, oh, I shouldn't have done that. You know, and this, because this horse is running against the wind and through barren land. Sometimes this can represent like an energy of an investigation or some sort of energy like that coming in, like this information maybe that is going around, you know, the gossip and slander, and it's being spread about. It's that kind of energy. Well, that's in transition now. And so people that thought they had you in this position are starting to realize, holy smokes, the karma is starting to hit them really hard. And the karma is uplifting you. And they're like, whoa, they have a new person and they're doing so good and they look great, that kind of energy. So woohoo. And it's all because you put your burdens down and you went inward and asked God, what do I do next? And this is having the courage and the strength to do so. So this is about, this young woman is facing her fears. And that's what this lion represents. It's a mature lion, an adult. But look at it, submissive, it has its tail tucked in, and she's got her hand down its throat. And she's doing this because this is representing that she wants to overcome her fears. And so I just looked at the clock, and it's 11:11 right now. So this is a real shift in energy here. We have the infinity symbol above her head, showing infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond, as long as she faces her fears and has the integrity and courage to do so. And so this is in your higher learning. So, you know, sometimes it can be painful to find out the truth about people, but you're always better off when you do, because then you have the correct information to be able to move forward in a strong way. And then we also have the energy here of conviction beyond a doubt. So this is, the wands represent action, the element of fire, and it's talking about moving forward. And so the people that, this is talking about how you are now willing to defend your position against anyone who tries to get in your way of doing this, of being in this new energy on your new journey. It's like you're a whole different person. And so this is conviction beyond a doubt. You know what you know, and you're going to stand up for yourself, and you are going to stand your ground here and have this energy come in. All right. And then we have the energy of, this is talking about, I feel like this is both. It's talking about this person, this is the only card out of all the pentacles where someone is actually working on the coin itself. And so this is about making money. And so this can represent having worked on something and having 6 pentacles done and working on the 7th and having just the 8th. Or it can be the energy of having worked on 1 and you're on the 2nd and having 6 more to go. But I feel like this is the work that you've put in the past, and now the work that you it coming in the future, if that makes sense to you. So that this is going to be lucrative. You're going to make a lot of money and be with someone who respects that. This is really good energy for you, Cancer. So you've definitely been through it here, but that energy is coming to light. Hold on a second. Do I have enough cards here? No. I was supposed to have one more here. So this is, because this is the position of your career and reputation. And you're fighting this back. This gossip and slander that they're doing, it's over. And they're being shown for being a bunch of liars, basically. And this is your energy of blessings coming in now. So all the work that you put into everything, that they tried to take from you by slandering and ruining your reputation and stuff, that is going to be returned back to you 100-fold. And yeah, and look at right there, we have this card. This card was in my head, and I was thinking, that's when I was like, there's a card missing here. So this is talking about the disappointment of having worked so hard on something and like not gotten the value out of it. And it was due to these people collaborating to isolate you and put you in this position. So this is talking about, this is changing now. You'll understand what happened here. You'll be very clear on it. And I feel like that'll be like right after this upcoming moon. And so just recognizing that the new moon that we have coming up on March 18th is it's in the sign of Pisces, and it is opposed by the energy of Aries. So, well, Aries moves in on the 30th at the end of the month here. So this energy, the Pisces energy, is kind of an energy that it makes it really a good time to commit to your personal goals, because it's a good time to go inward, and especially you being a water sign as well. Pisces is also a water sign, and this is also being able to accept imperfections in yourself and others. And seeing it, but it doesn't mean you have to be around them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you can see because we can be like really upset with ourselves for not seeing something sooner about people, but they hit it well, like, and they collaborated with each other to do so. So it's like about letting go of it, letting them deal with the karma from that, and you just move forward and forgive yourself and forgive them. When you forgive them, it doesn't mean that you have to have anything to do with them ever again. And then it's also talking about your creativity is going to be at a real high level with this new moon energy on the 18th. And it's very supportive. If you can keep an open mind here, it's very supportive energy for moving forward, for getting the big picture here. Really good energy for you, Cancer. If you've been, struggling a bit lately, then it's okay. And sometimes, remember, if you're sticking out like a sore thumb, it's because you weren't meant to be a part of the puzzle. You were meant to put it together. All right. So for those of you that feel like, oh, okay, this is good, I'm good here, please give it a like and comment, and consider subscribing. It would be my honor if you did so. And I'm going to go ahead and clarify for you that want some more clarification. So I'm using my Oracle, Tales from the Vector, TAILS from the Vector. And I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. And so the cards that I'm using here have numbers on them, and those numbers represent the paintings as they're listed in the gallery on my website. This energy is from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I started this oracle in 2007, and in 2020 I completed the last painting. So now I am working with all of you to make sure that I have the information correct for the book that goes with the oracle, and then I'll get it out there. We do have this energy of death coming in here. So this is talking about this transition energy. This information is going to come in. And, if you don't have the whole information, remember that date on the 23rd, when your North Node moves with Mercury, communication into Aries, a lot of new energy. And then we have the battle star. So this is talking about having, again, the courage to be able to, and the strength to be able to overcome, the battles of whatever is being presented here. And then we have the Aries energy here. So this is talking about all of this energy moving into Aries, supporting this new journey. So here, this isolation that you were in, sometimes it's hard to come out of isolation if you're hanging out with God, but it's time to come out now. And get into this new energy so that this cup of love can come to you, this perfect commitment and relationship, and the truth coming out and the justice coming in, so that you can return their energy back to them and not be feeling bad about it anymore. It's just saying that you're on a foolhardy journey, that you can anticipate Awesome. You could be the King of Cups as well. And this is from the, wanting to offer the cup of love. But the Magician coming in, so this is an energetic upgrade on top of this Justice coming in. And this is the fourth reading that I've done for this cycle, like for this for the new moon coming in, and every single one of them has had the devil in it so far. So this energy, I feel, is talking about, that we have those files out, and we have a war in Iran, and we have a lot going on. And so I feel like this is like a struggle, like it's we're right now, if people don't recognize it, we're in a spiritual war as well. And this is talking about staying on your path with God, or deciding, oh, it's easier just to go be part of the, if you can't beat them, join them kind of energy. It's not that, it's much wiser to go on a foolhardy path. And then we have this energy, there's been a lot of abuse of power on the planet. And you've been abused in that way by tactics used to put you in this position. People have collaborated to put you here. This is, abuse of power being used. It's a karmic space that people get into. The sun is shining on your life. This is God's shining down. So when the card comes in, like, notice, like, this is talking about all that your wishes coming true, and you having this new love coming in, having the courage to stick up for yourself now. Awesome. And having someone who will stick up for you. And then this is the World coming in. So this is the end of that cycle. As this cycle ends of being isolated and this energy is coming in and you're starting the new journey, now we're talking about, okay, this is the energy of you actually accomplishing this. And so you had a scotoma about some people in your life, and those are the external forces. You can't control what other people say and do, but you can control your reaction or your response to their energy. And then we have this new lover energy we have some Taurus energy here. So I just want to point out, when these horoscope signs come out, I'm not saying this is a Taurus and that was an Aries kind of energy. What I'm talking about is the energy itself, and of moving into that energy. Like, every sign has its own special strengths and weaknesses, and we can learn from all of them. Now, Venus is ruled by Taurus energy, but this is about learning the give and take in life. And, toddlers are very adorable, but boy, if you try and make them share and they don't want to, they're like a bull, in a china shop, basic kind of energy. This is the Hangman talking here. Taurus is also ruled by Venus. And remember, Venus on March 6th moved in. I don't know if I mentioned that. I can't remember if I did. But Venus moved into, I think I did, the sign of Aries on the 6th of March. And so that, like, it moved out of Pisces into Aries. So that energy of being really like forgiving in love, and being kind of like, really optimistic, and giving a person another chance, that energy is out the window. And now we're going to be way more assertive in matters of love. And that's why, because you're more, have been in that Hangman and really looked at what do you want in your life, you need to be assertive in your love life right now, so that you can move into this situation where you're passionate about your lover and they're passionate about you, and it's an even exchange of energy. We have the need to be right as a karmic space. So yeah, this is really good. This is talking about higher learning, and you didn't sit on your need to be right. Sometimes people would rather be right than they would be happy. Like this, when the sun is shining light on the situation, instead of, I have to, you have to be right. You'd rather be right than you would be happy. Except, okay, I had something to learn. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to face my fears around it. And I'm going to, from now on, I'm moving forward in a strong way. So this is talking about manifesting through your sacral chakra energy. That sounds like fun with your new lover. And then we have the Chariot coming in. So the Chariot means that you're on your divine path, and it's unstoppable. It's already spinning, and it's on the way. And we also have you elevating to the Empress energy. So the Empress energy is when you are able to manifest at a very high rate and have embodied, from everything you've learned, you've embodied the qualities of all of 4 queens in the minor arcana to become like knowledgeable and be in the Empress position, which is someone who is pregnant with possibility. So this could represent that maybe you are going to start a family with this person pretty soon too, once you get in that energy. This is an awesome reading for you, Cancer. I'm really glad that it's turned out this way. It's interesting how the devil has shown up in Aries, in Taurus, in Gemini, now in Cancer. So it's kind of made the readings a little bit different. Please do like and comment if you've enjoyed this reading and you have value from it. It really does help me build my channel and I appreciate it. Consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so. I will be back. The next readings I'll be doing will be for the beginning of April. Yes, that's what they'll be. All right. Bye for now.